What was it like training with Randleman? I mean, sometimes like he looked so spectacular, and other times like it looked like he really didn't do much training.
No, he trained. He was a monster. He had the nickname because he was a monster.
Yeah,
that's cool, man. He was actually entertaining to watch, man.
Well, here you got one camp with 2 UFC heavyweights from it at one time or another. And had you beat Frank, I think you would have got a shot at that. You potentially had that, the ability to have that shot.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. So then, what's weird is, so he gets booed his first fight. Like, and Wes is calling me up going,
crying.
No. Essentially, the conversation's like, it's a lot of pro wrestling related, and he's just like, man, dude, I keep getting booed. Like, I got to figure out how to turn the crowd for me.
After that, right after the fight, when I was in the locker room, I thought, I'm done. I'm over. I'm ruined. Mm-hmm. And Tank Abbott come walking into my locker room and said, he's like, that was awesome.
Well, why don't we tell him what you did in the second fight, though? That kind of makes it interesting.
Well, no, I became the most hated man I was the most hated man in MMA for many years. I had my own article how horrible I was.
Okay, but I think what you're missing is that Frank was going for a choke on top of Wes, and he was all over him, and all the announcers were like, yeah, it's almost over, and you see like the referee checking Wes's arm because he's trying to see if Wes is conscious or not. Wes raises his arm, and it's like all you can see is like Frank's back, and he points at Frank and gives the bird, like F this guy.
I mean, it was a good laugh for everybody, and they liked it, but it didn't make me a good guy.
But I think that's what Tank was referring to.
No.
He wasn't?
No. I'm talking about UFC 43. The first time we fought, Tank was on the card. He fought Chemo. He came in my locker room, and he told me, he goes, you need to go out there and you need to tell him you were trying to kill him. And I'm like, if I do that, they're really going to be mad. He goes, what do you think when you go out there and apologize, what it's going to look like? So I took his advice, and I became the most hated man in MMA.
Hey, you know what? There's some truth to that, though. Like how many times have you seen like Joe Daddy Stevens is one, or Stevenson is one, is really guilty of this, who have a phenomenal performance and be like, wow, man, that was a really gutsy fight. And then his post-fight interview is, I'm sorry, I could have done better. I'm sorry, I could have done better. And it just kind of deflates it to where Wes took the opposite approach. Hey, man, you know what? There's a fire already here. Might as well throw a little bit of more gas on it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I did some things.
Yeah. And like, I remember like after the second mirror fight, like he's calling me up going, I always just wanted to be the good guy, but it hasn't worked out that way. Maybe there's like a way to flip the crowd. And I'm just like, yeah, nah, dude, I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
You got to embrace it, man. I mean, there's athletes today that do it.
I had a real feud with Tim Sylvia for years. And one time we were on a radio show.
What started it?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know when it first started, but we were on this radio show, and they had me on first, and we were wrapping it up. They said, and just impromptu, I didn't even know who was behind me, but he said, we got to wrap this up because Tim Sylvia's coming on next. And I'm like, ooh. Well, as soon as they thought they hung up on me to connect him, they must have pushed the wrong button because they were like, hello, Tim? And I'm like, yeah, this is Tim Sylvia. I go, yeah, growing up was hard. Mom abused me. I love to eat. And I mean, I was saying all these things, and they're like, they just, yeah, oh, I'd understand. Yeah. He's blowing their phone up to try to get in, and he's like, you idiots. Why would I say those things about myself? That was him. They go, that's it. Wes Sims will never be on our radio show again.
Yeah. Oh, God, no. Not that.
But today it was hysterical.
You banned me.
Yeah. Oh, no. Not that.